All right, I don't talk about Moldova enough in this series. I consider Moldova part of Romania for me. It is a place that I also lived for a few months, and it's an incredible country with incredible people. So I found this video, Moldova in 2025, the most underrated country of Europe, question mark, and I want to go and see what they're saying here. So let's get started. Let's see what they want to talk about in Moldova.
Did you know that tucked away between Romania and Ukraine lies a country that is not just one of the least visited in Europe, but in the entire world?
Wow.
Yes, we're talking about Moldova. Ever heard of a place that has millions of bottles of wine stored in huge underground cellars? A country that celebrates a person's name day as if it were a birthday?
Romanians do
Or a
that
city
too.
where you can buy an apartment for just over 1,300 US dollars? Well, that is Moldova
Whoa.
for you. Join us on Europe in Detail as we go on an exciting
Go
journey,
subscribe to their
revealing 20
channel.
of the most unique facts about this incredible country that will make you question everything you thought you knew about Europe and might just make you want to pack your bags
That's a sweet looking stadium.
and explore Moldova right away. So, without further ado,
Wow.
let's get started. Number 1. Prepare to be amazed by Moldova's richness, even though it's a small country. It's about the same size as Maryland in the United States, covering an area of just 13,067 square miles.
Wow.
But don't let its size fool you. Moldova is home to around 2.6 million people from various cultures and backgrounds.
There's a lot of people from, oh, that's
Most
weird.
people
There's a lot of like Russian influence in there. So the 2.6 million people, a lot of them do speak Romanian and Russian. So it's super awesome.
in Moldova follow the Eastern Orthodox Church, which adds to its unique charm. Number 2. Did you know that in Moldova there's a unique tradition to celebrate a name day similar to a birthday?
Hmm.
This special day is dedicated to
Also
the
in
saint
Romania,
after whom the person was named.
which is
This
really cool.
tradition encourages many parents to name their babies after saints, leading to a somewhat limited variety of names. The most common names for girls in Moldova include Maria, Elena, and Gabrielle, while for boys it includes Nikolai, Alexandru, and Gheorghe.
Yeah.
Interesting, isn't it? How would you feel about choosing from a smaller pool of names? Number 3. Did you know the sunflower oil you use for your cooking could actually come from Moldova?
Ah,
Moldova is one of the world's
I'll have to
top
go check them
sunflower
out.
producers. The country's fertile soil and favorable climate make it perfect for sunflower cultivation, contributing to its vibrant rural landscapes.
Wow.
Number 4. Have you ever imagined a Christmas tree made entirely of wine bottles? In Chisinau,
Yeah, this is kind of what Moldova's known for, is they have really good wine and it's cheap wine. Like I said, I've never had alcohol before. I've said that many times, but from what I understand is it's good wine and it's really cheap. So incredible place for wine.
the capital of Moldova, this unique tradition comes to life to celebrate the new year. But that's not all. Moldova proudly holds the title of being the wine country in Europe,
Yeah,
having the largest underground wine cellar. So, if you have a
they
fondness
have a
for
lot of
both wine
vineyards
and
too.
the holiday spirit, make sure to plan a visit to Moldova during this magical time. Number 5. Moldova is considered one of the poorest countries in Europe.
Yeah.
This economic situation brings some challenges. They have a big informal
I actually went to some like Central American countries, and Moldova did feel like it was, um, in some spots, definitely less affluent than some of these like Central American spots, which is kind of crazy to think about, right?
economy, their government administration is weak, and they heavily rely on energy imports, especially from Russia. But let's take
It's
a
not good
closer look
anymore.
at how this affects the cost of everyday items. On average, a person in Moldova earns around 647.252 US dollars per month, which is about 11,486 Moldovan leu. A loaf of bread costs approximately 2.25 Moldovan leu, equivalent to around 12 cents US. The
Hmm.
cost of buying an apartment in the city center is even more surprising, with prices averaging around $1,336.
I think that's got to be wrong because I was actually looking at some apartments today and they were like 50,000. I mean, for three bedrooms, I guess. So, but 50,000 euros. So 1,336 is probably quite low. Don't believe that number.
And 28 cents. This truly demonstrates that living in Moldova is a financially advantageous choice for your bank account. Number 6.
It
In the
is
world of sports,
likely.
Moldova holds an impressive record in wrestling. The
Hmm.
country has produced numerous Olympic medalists in the sport, making wrestling a key part of Moldova's sports culture. Number 7. Did you know that Moldova stands out because it has more women than men?
I did
In
not know
fact, the
this.
country has one of the highest ratios of women to men in the whole world.
Shout out to all our female Moldovans. You are incredible, and you guys are leading that country, so keep leading it. There's a female president right now in Moldova, which is so awesome. Keep powering Moldova forward.
This affects how their society is organized and functions. Now, you might wonder, how did this come to be? The main reason for this gender imbalance is the high rate of labor migration. Many
Hmm.
Moldovan men travel abroad, particularly to Russia and other European countries, in search of better job opportunities. This leaves a larger population of women in the country. Number 8. Did you know that Moldova is a speed demon in the world of internet connectivity? It's among the top
Same as
nations
Romania.
globally for internet speed. Thanks to its advanced IT sector, Moldova boasts some seriously quick internet services.
Hmm.
Number 9. Did you know that Moldova holds the Guinness World Record for the largest pancake? In 2019, a team of
What?
enthusiastic chefs created a
I did
gigantic
not know
pancake
this. This is
measuring over
crazy.
16 meters in diameter. It took dozens of people to flip this colossal treat, and it was definitely a feast for the eyes and the taste buds. Moldova truly knows how to make breakfast extraordinary. Number 10. Did you know the money in Moldova has a secret? The Moldovan leu, their type of money, has hidden pictures. You can't see them with your eyes alone, you need to use a special UV light. This cool trick helps to stop people from
What?
making fake money.
That's
Number
crazy.
11.
I didn't know
Do you
that.
like extraordinary stories? In Moldova, people believe in dragons and giants. It's not just made up stuff, but a big part of their culture. You might think it's strange,
Hmm.
but it's because of their old stories filled with these fantastic creatures. For example, you can see dragons in their traditional dances, and stories about giants show up in old buildings and art. It's like their culture turns these myths into real
Interesting.
life. Number 12. Did you know when you visit someone's home in Moldova, they have a special way to say hello? It's a tradition to welcome guests with bread and salt. This isn't just
Hmm.
about food, it's a way of showing friendship and
I wonder if that's for like, yeah, maybe they'll touch on this, but like more towards, um, like you're not going to do that for your cousins or something, but if your local priest was coming over to your house or something, maybe that's what you would do.
respect. The people in Moldova are famous for being very welcoming. They
Hmm.
really know how to make you
Very.
feel at home. Number 13. If you ever visit Moldova, get ready to be amazed by Moldova's monasteries. But there's one monastery that shines brighter than the rest. The Shaharna Monastery holds a
Hmm.
special place in the hearts of many. It's regarded as one of the most sacred sites in the country, with a belief that the
Never been
Virgin
there.
Mary herself graced its grounds. People go
Wow,
there to experience the rumored presence of the Virgin Mary's loving energy,
that'd be
making it a must
crazy.
visit destination for spiritual seekers and curious travelers. Number 14.
Wow.
Imagine sipping on a bottle of wine with your very own face on the label. In Moldova, you can make this extraordinary idea a reality. The Krakova Winery offers a one of a kind service.
This is where the biggest winery is in I think just in Europe. I don't think it's the biggest one in the world, but it's huge, and it's in Krikova.
Where you can personalize a bottle of wine with your own picture. It's not just a delicious drink, it becomes a
That's
cherished
funny.
keepsake of your visit. How amazing is that? Number 15. Brace yourself because Moldova ranks among the top 20 countries globally for alcohol consumption per person.
I
The country
believe
takes
that.
great pride in its national drink, Divin, a potent
I
fruit
believe
brandy.
that.
But Moldova's love affair with beverages doesn't end there. Number 16. Moldova is home to one of the largest wine festivals in the world, known as the National Wine Day. Held annually in October, the festival attracts wine enthusiasts from all over the world who come to taste Moldova's famous wines.
Interesting.
This could be one of the most underrated wine festivals, as prices are cheap and the quality is great. Many people regard this festival as one of the reasons to visit this country. Number 17. Get ready to travel back in time as we explore Tiraspol in Transnistria.
He'll talk about this. This is an interesting spot in Moldova.
Despite the changes in Eastern Europe since the fall of the Soviet Union, Tiraspol stands out with its own Lenin statue, a rare sight in this region. The city seems frozen in the past, with reminders of the Soviet era still present. If you're curious about life during the Soviet Union, Tiraspol is the place to visit. It feels like stepping into a different time with the Lenin statue and the lingering influence of that era.
So people in Tiraspol, they live in what they call a breakaway, or they call their own country of Transnistria. Everyone else kind of calls it a breakaway state from Moldova. But it's just a part of Moldova that at one point they said they still wanted to be part of the USSR, and so they're still acting and they have military and stuff in Transnistria, which is really interesting, but they're part of Moldova. So, really interesting concept. You can look up more about it, but it's a really interesting concept.
Number 18. Did you know that the Moldovan language is the same as Romanian? Despite its name, it's
There's
essentially the
slight
same language,
differences, but it's pretty
highlighting
much
the
the same
historical
language.
and cultural ties between Moldova and Romania. However, let's not ignore the elephant in the room. The Moldovan language is often considered a very challenging language for foreigners to learn. Number 19. Whenever you are in Moldova, don't miss out on trying placinte, a delicious Moldovan
Don't say placinte, say plăcinte. You'll sound so much better.
dessert. These pastries are filled with tasty ingredients like cheese, cherries, or apples.
They're
It's a
delicious.
must-try treat that offers a delightful combination of flavors. Number 20. Get ready to explore Moldova's breathtaking medieval fortresses that bring its rich history to life. Among them, the Tighina Fortress, dating back to
Oh,
the
this is
15th
cool. I've
century,
never seen
stands
this.
as a remarkable testament to the past. This
Oh, it's
well-preserved
way cool.
fortress attracts many tourists from around the world each year,
Hmm.
all eager to see the impressive historical fortresses themselves. And that's a wrap. 20
This, oh, give me 10 seconds.
unique facts about the enchanting country, Moldova. If you
Okay, so they're not really talking much more. Um, I'm shocked they didn't talk about Old Orhe, Orheovec. It's like one of the most beautiful and like memorable spots in Moldova, in my opinion. But if you are Moldovan, shout out. You live in a beautiful country filled with incredible people, and it really is amazing. If you've never been to Moldova, it really is like if you're American or you live off the euro or some sort of currency like that where your currency is a little bit stronger. Um, it's an incredible country to visit. The lifestyle's beautiful. It's kind of slower paced. It's awesome. The food is really really good in Chisinau, and it's cheap. Like for me to go and like do anything in Moldova, it's like $1 is like 18 Moldovan lei, and so like you get a lot. You get a good bang for your buck. It's kind of similar to like Southeast Asia. If you're looking for a cheaper you know, place to go and do some stuff, kind of like Thailand or something like that. It's fairly similar to the level of Thailand in terms of how much it costs. So hopefully you guys like that. I love Moldova. It is an incredible place. I lived in Orhe, and they have an awesome soccer team there. Milsami Orhe, and my apartment looked out over their stadium. So I'm a huge supporters of them, huge supporter of Moldova. It's an incredible country. Love you guys. Peace.